Do you ever get stuck when you're talking to a customer and find that you'll end up rambling or going on or going off point, going off track? You really believe in your product, but you just don't know how to get it across in a way that connects with your customer. If that sounds like you, this Sales SOS Blueprint is designed to help get you from where you are to being effective and engaging when you deal with your customers. Hi, my name is Mike Clark. I've been training with businesses for over 20 years around the world across various different industries. And I love working with people in the area of sales because I know that it's the salespeople who make a difference by connecting people's wants and needs with a company's products and services. This is step 2 of our 5-step blueprint. All you need is a pen and paper. Great, let's get started. One of the counterintuitive parts of sales is that people don't buy what you sell. Many people, salespeople, really struggle with this. But the reality is, we don't buy a product or a service for its innate self. We buy what it does for us. We often call this the WIFM factor, the what's in it for me. Everybody's listening to the same radio station, and it's the frequency that you need to connect on to connect with them. That frequency where you answer the question, what's in it for me? Now, there are many different examples around that. One of the ones I love to use is cars. We don't all drive the same car. Yes, fundamentally, we want to get from A to B, but some people care about safety. Some people care about the environment. Some people care about how economic it is. Some people care about the prestige and the image that they get. We're all buying something different, although fundamentally, we might all be buying a car. What about your product or service? What is it about your product that makes people want to buy it? How do you connect with them? So when you're talking and asking questions, you're uncovering their real need, their real desire, rather than just talking about your product and sounding like somebody who's just trying to get somebody to understand that they've got a great product and service. So on your piece of paper, I'd like you to write step 2, which talks about understanding. Great. Now, underneath it, I'd like you to put a title there. What am I really selling? Think about that for your product or service. What is it that people are really buying from you? Because we don't want to sell a product or a service, we want to sell what it does for people. So what I'd like you to do on your piece of paper, once you've given that some thought, is to write 3 columns. And on the 3 columns, you're going to put your product or your service, and then next to that, you're going to put features. So features are statements of fact. And then next to that, you're going to put benefits. We often say features tell, benefits sell. Let's use a really simple example, one that's going to apply to anybody watching this. We're going to look at beds. Great. So if I was to go out there and I sell beds, they're really good beds, okay? And I want to put an advert out there that goes, hey, listen, I've got a bed. It's got some fabric wrapped around some really great springs. It's got some lovely foam. Are you keen? Chances are you're going to be like, yeah, no, not really, okay? And when I ask people, okay, so why don't you want my bed? They go, I said, what are you actually buying when you look to buy a bed? People go, well, I want it to be comfortable. I need to know it's going to be comfortable. I go, great, good customer feedback, new advert. We're going to go, I've got a comfortable bed. Are you keen now? People are going to go, yeah. I go, oh, okay. Why do you want a comfortable bed? People go, oh, well, I want to get a good night's sleep. I go, great, new advert for my beds. I'm selling a good night's sleep. How many of you are keen now? Generally, a lot more people go, yeah, actually, I would quite like a good night's sleep. But not all hands are up. I go, okay, great. Those of you who don't have your hands up, why not? What is it that a good night's sleep gives you? And people go, well, I want to wake up feeling refreshed. Great. So how about I was to offer you a product that could guarantee you'd wake up feeling refreshed? And then every hand in the room goes up. People go, love that. Okay. Now, every single one of those, from the springs covered in material, to the comfort, to the good night's sleep, to the wake up feeling refreshed, are all talking about the same product, the bed. But they're all appealing to a different benefit for the customer. So when you think about your product, what features have you got? If you're into selling cars, it's going to be the style, the engine power. If it's computers, it's going to be what components have you got inside of that. If it's kitchens, it's going to be your appliances, your features, all of those key things. So what are the key things you're putting in to your kitchen, your unit, your product, whatever the case may be? And what it is about them is what's their color like? What's their functionality like? List the features. Now, many salespeople get stuck on the features because they think they're quite cool. But then what we want to do is we want to look at the benefits. And those benefits are the so what factor. And I really encourage you, between the column that says features and the column that says benefits, write the little question there for yourself. For each feature, ask yourself the question, so what? And then go and answer that. So just like my bed example, why do you want good springs? Because I want it to be comfortable. Okay, so what does that do for you? I get a good night's sleep. Okay, so what does that do for you? Well, I wake up feeling refreshed. If you can uncover the ultimate reason that people want your product or service, what you will find is that you will suddenly stop selling your product or service and start selling the benefits that people get from having your product or service. When we really understand our customers, we understand that people buy things to either achieve a desire that they have or to overcome a pain point. And people will do far more to avoid pain than pursue pleasure. So the better you understand the pain points that your customer has, the challenges that they have, the better you can position your product to being what they need to overcome that challenge, to overcome that pain point. We often say that profit follows pain. If you can find a pain and solve the pain, then people are going to want your product or service. So on your sheet of paper, I'd like you to write down the statement that says, one of the challenges that my clients have is, and pick the biggest one. What's the biggest challenge that they've got? And then what I want you to do, once you understand their biggest challenge, look at it from their point of view. What are the consequences of that challenge? What does it cost them in terms of time, in terms of labor, in terms of profitability, in terms of image? Have a look from their perspective, understand their story. Because the better you understand them, the better you can serve them. And the better you can serve them, the easier it becomes to sell. Then what you're able to do is to list on your piece of paper. So what my customer really wants is, they want it to be easy, they want to save time, they want peace of mind, they want confidence. Whatever the case may be, what are they looking for? And how does your product then deliver that? Now remember that what we've just shared is only information. Information is only as good as the action that you take as a result of having it. What action points could you take right away? Do you need to look at your script? Do you need to look at what you actually focus on when you're with a customer? Do you need to look at the questions that you ask? Take a couple of action points, apply them immediately because it'll help make this learning stick. If you would like to jump in and do the full course or go a bit deeper into this, there is a link below for the full Sales SOS course where you'll find all of the templates, the processes, and the tracker to help you excel in sales. In step 3, we tackle one of the biggest fears in sales, and that's following up. Really enjoyed this time with you and so look forward to catching up with you again. Here's to your success.